Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Yes, please. Jaya Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradari. Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradari. Yashodanandana Rajajana Ranjana. Yashodanandana Rajajana Ranjana. Yamunatira Vanachari. Thank you so much. Yamunatira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradari. Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradari. Yashodanandana Rajajana Ranjana. Yashodanandana Rajajana Ranjana. Yamunatira Vanachari. Yamunatira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari. Yashodanandana Rajajana Ranjana. Yashodanandana Rajajana Ranjana. Yamunatira Vanachari. Yamunatira Vanachari. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Koda Nitai Jaya Mayapur Shashi Jaya Koda Nitai Jaya Mayapur Shashi Jaya Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Radhe Jaya Prabhupada Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Srila Prabhupada. Grantara Srimad Bhagavatam ki Nitai Gaura Premanandi. Reading from Book Prabhupada in every town and village. New Vrindavan, May 21st, 1969. Accompanied by Kirtananda Swami and Hayagriva, Prabhupada traveled to the New Vrindavan farm project in the hills of West Virginia. When their car got stuck in a neighbor's garden near the entrance to the property, Prabhupada decided to walk the final 2 miles along the muddy access road that led to the farm. The road soon ended, however, and Prabhupada and his 2 guides picked a footpath, entering the dense forest. The mid-May trees were still coming into foliage, and the sunlight broke through the branches to a carpet of brilliant purple phlox. Prabhupada walked quickly ahead of Kirtananda Swami and Hayagriva, who hurried to keep up. A winding creek repeatedly crossed the path, and Prabhupada would cross by stepping from stone to stone. The road, he said, would not be difficult to travel through by ox cart. The forest was like a jungle, just as he had expected and wanted. For the past year, Prabhupada had corresponded with Kirtananda Swami and Hayagriva concerned New Vrindavan, and this correspondence had established the direction for Krishna consciousness country living. Prabhupada had said he wanted to the community based on Vedic ideals, everyone living simply, keeping cows, and walking to land. The devotees would have to develop these ideas gradually. It would take time. But even in the beginning, the keynote should be simple living and high thinking. Because the community would remain completely aloof from the city, it would at first appear inconvenient and austere. But life would be peaceful, free from anxieties of artificial urban society based on hard work for sense gratification. And most important, the members of such community would be serving Krishna and chanting his names. Srila Prabhupada ki. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Today we are reading Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 6, Chapter 9, The Appearance of the Demon Vritrasura, texts 30, 31 and 32. I will go through Sanskrit by myself and then 32nd verse we will read together, okay? Shrideva Uchuhu Namaste Yagya Viryaya Vayaseutate Namaha Namaste Hi Asta Chakraya Namak Supuru Hutaye. Read the translation together. Shrideva Uchuhu. The demigod said, Namaha, obeisances, Te, unto you, Yagyaviryaya, unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is able to give the results of sacrifice. Vayase, who is the time factor, which ends the results of yagya. Uta, although. Te, unto you. Namaha, obeisances. Namaha, obeisances. Te, unto you. He, indeed. Astachakraya, who throws the disc. Namaha, respectful obeisances. Sapuruhutaye, having varieties of transcendental names. Translation. The demigod said, O Supreme Personality of Godhead, you are competent to give the results of sacrifice, and you are also the time factor that destroys all such results in due course. You are the one who releases the chakra to kill the demons. O Lord, who possesses many varieties of names, we offer our respectful obeisances unto you. I think I should read it again. It's a very sweet verse. The demigod said, O Supreme Personality of Godhead, you are competent to give the results of sacrifice, and you are also the time factor that destroys all such results in due course. You are the one who releases the chakra to kill the demons. O Lord, who possesses many varieties of names, we offer our respectful obeisances unto you. Text 32nd one. Let's read it together. Sanskrit. Yatte gatinam tisranam. Yatte gatinam tisrinam. Isitu paramam padam. Ishitu paramam padam. Narvachino visargasya. Narvachino visargasya. Dhatar viditum arhati. Dhatar viditum arhati. Yatte gatinam tisrinam. Ishito paramam padam. Narvachino visargasya. Dhatar viditum arhati. Yatte gatinam tisrinam. Isito paramam padam. Narvachino visargasya. Dhatar viditum arhati. Yatte gatinam tishrinam. Ishito paramam padam. Arhati. Yatte gatinam tishrinam. Ishito paramam padam. Narvachino visargasya. Vivino tumbani. Vivino. Vivino paramam padam. Visargasya. Someone else? No? Mataji? Yatte gatinam tishrinam. Ishito paramam padam. Sanjino visargasya. Datar viditum arhati. Yat, which, te, of you, gatinam tisrinam, of the three destinations, the heavenly planets, the earthly planets, and hell. Ishitu, who are the controller. Paramam padam, the supreme abode, Vaikuntha Loka. Na, not. Arvachinaha, a person appearing after. Visargasya, the creation. Dhataha, O supreme controller. Veditum, to understand. Arhati is able. Translation: O Supreme Controller, you control the three destinations: promotion to heavenly planets, birth as a human being, and condemnation in hell. Yet, your supreme abode is Vaikuntha Dhamma. Since we appeared after you created this cosmic manifestation, your activities are impossible for us to understand. We, therefore, have nothing to offer you but our humble obeisances. Once again, O Supreme Controller, you control the three destinations: promotion to heavenly planets, birth as a human being, and condemnation in hell. Yet your supreme abode is Vaikuntha Dhamma. Since we appeared after you, created this cosmic manifestation, your activities are impossible for us to understand. We, therefore, have nothing to offer you but our humble obeisances. Prepared by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki. An unexperienced man generally does not know what to beg from the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Everyone is under the jurisdiction of the created material world, and no one knows what the benediction to ask when praying to Supreme Lord. People generally pray to be promoted to the heavenly planets because they have no information of Vaikuntha Loka. Srila Madhvacharya quotes the following verse: Dva lokat pitri lokat niryat chapi yat param tisribhyah paramam sthanam Vaishnavam vidusham gati. There are different planetary systems known as Devaloka, the planets of demigods, Pitriloka, the planet of Pitas, and Nirya, the hellish planets. When one transcends these various planetary systems and enters Vaikuntha Loka, he achieves the ultimate resort of Vaishnavas. Vaishnavas have nothing to do with the other planetary systems. The end of purport. Om Ajnana-timirandasya Gananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Caitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopisha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Suti Devi Pranamami Hari Priya Vanchakalpa Tarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhaktivedanta Swamini Chinamine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, dear devotees, my very first class here, so I need your blessings, and also I need your blessings twice because it's a spontaneous class. I'm reading these jewels from Srimad Bhagavatam with you for the first time. No time for preparing, just Raghunath Bhatta Prabhu came up to me after Guru Puja and said, can you give please spontaneous class? Yes, so there are two verses which one really like surprise, like real jewels. Demigods are glorifying Lord very sincerely. We are not speaking about their motivation now, but the verses themselves are really like brilliance. So unfortunately, there is no purport for the first one, so I cannot speak it much. You know, if Acharya is not giving any purport, what I can say. But still, I want to say something about it just to make us remember. Actually, the class, Srimad Bhagavatam class, the one who is giving class, he can think that class was successful if devotees can remember the verse for the whole day, at least. And if they are remembering these words for rest of their lives, that means the class was extra successful, super successful. So we will try to, and remember the something, if you want to remember something, our memory works like that, that we should repeat it again and again. We should not be shy to repeat it again and again, the same words, maybe from other point of view, from other side. And Srila Prabhupada wanted us to do like that, to discuss Srimad Bhagavatam from different points of view. And that means we will really like remember it, really like go through it. So the 31 text said there that demigods said, O Supreme Personality of Godhead, you are competent to give the results of sacrifice. Of course, it's Krishna himself, Vishnu. He's giving, like a supreme controller, he's giving the results of sacrifice, of any sacrifice. People are performing sacrifice even if they are not used to Vaishnava Vedic culture. They are performing it subconsciously, not consciously, because if you want to achieve some fruits, even material fruits in material world, you need to make some endeavor, and you need to, like it said, no pain, no gain. If you do nothing, you will achieve nothing. So any our activity, somehow or other, is a sacrifice. But the object of this sacrifice may be different. Person who doesn't know about Krishna, nothing, he also sacrifices it to Krishna, but he doesn't know about it. But Vaishnava, devotee, he's doing it consciously. He's giving the fruits to the Lord. He's giving his endeavor to the Lord. And you are also the time factor that destroys all such results in due course. So it's like, it's a paradox, kind of paradox. And it not sounds such sweet, because Krishna himself also destroys the results. So we are achieving some results via sacrifice. People are sacrificing to achieve some fruits, and Krishna gives them that fruits, but he himself is destroying. So the translation of the word Janardana is the Krishna who is protecting all the world, who is giving shelter to all of the world, who is actually good to every living beings. But also the other meaning of this Sanskrit word is who is giving anxieties to the living beings. So Krishna is giving us fruits of sacrifice, and due to some curse, he's taking them away. As a time factor, he destroys all the such results. And it's amazing, really. This is a paradox of Krishna. You are the one who releases the chakra to kill the demons. This is very relevant to the demigods at the moment, because they want Krishna to kill the demon. So they want him to help them. So that's why they are praying and say, Krishna, you got the chakra, so please, don't you mind to help us? They are just putting it in such a, how to say it, flourish language, very nice language, and sometimes they are just putting there some marks which they need to, which they want from Krishna. So they say, you got the chakra, so please help us. O Lord, who possesses many varieties of names. That is very nice for Gaudiya Vaishnavas, very sweet verse. So Krishna got so many names which we can chant. And they say that you've got really many varieties of names. We offer our respectful obeisances unto you. So because Krishna got so many names, that means his names are his qualities. And Lord Caitanya says in second verse of Shikshashtakam that Krishna has got millions of names. That means he has got millions and so many names we can even count, uncountable. So he has got uncountable number of qualities. That means what we can do only pay obeisances for him, offer our respectful obeisances unto you, how demigods said. And the next verse is about that Krishna is himself. He controls all these three paths to heaven, to birth like a human being for the middle planets, and to hellish planets as well. And they say that yet your supreme abode is Vaikuntha Dhamma. And Srila Prabhupada in purport, he says that people coming up to the Lord, sometimes people the topmost desire, maybe for the people who don't know, they want to see the Lord. They want to see some maybe VIP person, and if a person is, intelligent enough, they can realize that the topmost VIP in this world and in other world is God. So many people in many religion, if they are intelligent enough, they want to see the Lord. But Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada said that you should not desire to see the Lord. You should Shishi Kodanitai Maipur Shashi Ki. And so he says that you should not desire to see the Lord. You should perform your life, perform your service that Krishna wants to see you. Because if you will even achieve this Sakshat Darshan of Krishna, all of your life you was desiring to achieve this, to see the Lord, to achieve his Sakshat Darshan, and you're coming up to him and you don't know what to say even. You even don't know what to desire. And that's a real problem. Only Bhagavatam can awaken these desires up to us, because our nature, our spiritual nature is not such obvious for the humans who are living on the middle planets. So that's why Bhagavatam is unique. He can wake these desires up. Just person can realize that I'm a soul, so I'm a partial part of Supreme Personality of Godhead. So I need to desire to be a Vaishnava. I need to desire to be close to God. I need to desire to be like his servant on the Vaikuntha Dhamma. So Srila Prabhupada says it in such a sweet way in purport. He said that unexperienced man generally doesn't know what to beg from the Supreme Personality of Godhead. They doesn't know. This person doesn't know. Everyone is under the jurisdiction of created material world, and no one knows what benediction to ask when praying to Supreme Lord. So people want to see the Lord, but they don't know what to pray for. Really don't know. They can pray for some material benefits. As Srila Prabhupada says in next sentences, he said in next sentence that people generally pray to be promoted to heavenly planets. All the material benefits, they are culmination, they are like topmost is the heavenly planets. There you can achieve all you can even just not imagine. People here, they just want some simple things if to compare to heavenly planets. But the topmost material happiness is on the heavenly planets. So they are desiring, ultimately they desire for heavenly planets. Because they have no information, how Prabhupada continues, because they have no information of Vaikuntha Loka. That means that Vaikuntha Loka happiness are much more higher, much more above the happiness of material heavenly planets. Because heavenly planets, even you achieve there, the happiness there is coming to the end. It's not endless. And in Vaikuntha Loka, you've got happiness which is continuously increasing. If you compare to heavenly planets, happiness, it's ends there in a certain time. And in Vaikuntha Loka, it doesn't end in any way. Instead of this, it increases to the and has no limit. So this is amazing. And people here in this world, they don't know that. They're feeling that they need some more happiness, but then don't know what to desire, what really they should desire. And this is amazing fact. And after that, Srila Prabhupada quotes the Srila Madhvacharya, the following verse: Deva lokat pitri lokat miraya chapi yat param sribhyah paramam sthanam vaishnavam vidusham gatihi. And Srila Prabhupada, like a translation, like a purport to this verse, he gives next few sentences. He says, there are different planetary systems known as Devaloka, the planets of demigods, Pitriloka, the planet of Pitas, and Niraya, the hellish planets. When one transcends these various planetary systems and enters Vaikuntha Loka, he achieves the ultimate resort of Vaishnavas. Vaishnavas have nothing to do with the other planetary systems. Of course, they don't, because they've got nothing to do here, because they've got other standards of happiness. So that's why they are transcending to that Vaikuntha Loka planets, and it's quite obvious for them. So here I should stop, I think. This purport ends here. So maybe it will be some... Yes, please.
Most people are just looking to go to the heavenly planets. But is that referring to people in India? Because most people don't know about the heavenly planets, do they, outside of India anyway? So if it's if it's only people in India, then what are the rest of the people? What's the most that most people are desiring that aren't in India?
Yeah. So it's like, here's how I can understand this. It spoke about some standard of happiness. People in material world, not in India, they don't know of heavenly planets, yes, but still they are aspired to get some other type of happiness, but it's material happiness. They are not trying to achieve some, spiritual goals, some spiritual happiness. They don't know about service to Supreme Personality of Godhead. That's why even if they desire something, we can name it like heavenly planets happiness. They want some peace. They want some blissful life. They don't want to go to a job. So that means it's a standard of heavenly planets. So that's how I can answer.
Also, we've had, at least here anyway, in the Victorian times, which is the previous, about 100 years ago, people were intimidated to go to church because they were afraid of going to hell. So it was used as a way of forcing them to comply, So when we hear about condemnation in hell, generally that kind of creates a resistance in people, that they don't want to believe that there is a hell, So that could be a problem if you're preaching and you're trying to tell them that you're going to go to hell if you don't do this. So how would you get around that one?
Yeah, it's, I think, the same problem we've got there in Ukraine, in my country. So people will not believe you if you will tell them that just, such kind of motivation. It's, there are, Bhaktivinoda Thakur says it's 4 types of motivation, how we can motivate people to come to religious life. It's, and the lowest one, to motivate them with fear. If you will not go to church or temple or anyway, you will go to hell. Yeah, it's obvious. If you're not religious, you will commit some sinful activities. You get wrong taste of life, wrong taste of happiness. You've got no alternative, and of course you will go to hell. It's obvious, yes. And if you're telling people such an obvious things, it's obvious to them, and they say, "Okay, I will go to hell, but what's the alternative? I have no alternative. I just want to enjoy my life. I don't want to believe in God." So, in this case, we should people here and in Ukraine, they are more pious, to motivate them with only fear. We should we should hint them that you guys should have some other type of happiness. There is something you don't know. Maybe you've got, like in the very beginning of Srimad Bhagavatam, Vyasadeva. Yes, it's Vyasadeva. It's like second or third verse. I don't remember. He said that. No, it's Sutta Goswami addresses to the sages of Naimisharanya. I don't remember. He said that, thoughtful sages, you've got such a lot of experiences. You tasted this and that. You really go deep into the spiritual science. So now you should read this Bhagavatam, which is the ripe fruit of Vedic knowledge. So even these sages doesn't know. They don't know this, this Bhagavatam. What to say about these mundane people? So we can do it in such a sweet way that people will be interested themselves to read Bhagavatam. We need to not motivate them by fear, because the times pass. So now it doesn't work. Such kind of preach doesn't work. It wasn't work in any time, because it's the lowest type of motivation. And the next, Bhaktivinoda Thakur says that next type of motivation is the I forgot the English word. Being grateful, yes. So other type of motivation, that Lord give you so many things. So we should preach in such way that we can awaken their gratefulness to God. That they will be grateful to God, that God is giving me so many things and there is no bill. He's not just saying me this, I give you the light, I give you the, the water, I give you the fresh air. Like I was arriving here by aeroplane, and I get less, money, and just try to not waste them in the plane, because its price there is just very high. And I asked the steward, what you got for free? And he said, nice phrase I liked, I was laughing. He said, milk, sugar, and the fresh air. It's quite valuable in the high of like 1,000 feet there. So it's minus 60 there, and it's like, valuable thing. It's just fresh air, warm air, quite from air conditioning. It's for free. Enjoy. Yes. So, and Krishna's also, he's like this airplane company. He gives us for free this fresh air, and it's no bill there. Just if you're grateful, okay. If no, you can even believe. You don't believe in me, I'll be like aside. You will not see me. Still, I'm giving you the fresh air, the blue sky, the nice nature, the people, your relatives, and etc., etc. And the next type of motivation, Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, is respect. That we are respecting Lord. And the fourth and the topmost type of motivation is love of God. So that's how people can be motivated to believe in God, to come to religion.
Can we circumvent the other stages and just go straight for love, or do we need to go through the stages of being grateful, respectful, and being afraid? Do we need to? Is that like the progression, or can you just bypass and go straight to love?
I guess it's like such a sub-sequence. Yes, it's like uplifting, stage by stage.
I remember the story about fear of hell. My Guru Maharaj told the story that one man come to his lecture, not devotee, a guest, and he was asking one question: is the hell eternal? It was one question, and he come again and again and again, and he has one question: if hell eternal? And then it was very strange. My Guru Maharaj preached to him that hell is not eternal, it's for some time, then you will come back, and all this philosophy. And after many times, this guest invite my Maharaj to his home. And it's long, very funny story. It was dark, there is no light, there is depression atmosphere, and this man sitting in front of the window without light, and in the chair, in another chair, my Guru Maharaj sat in another chair, and he asked this question again: "Is the hell eternal?" And my Maharaj asked, "Why are you asking?" He said that I have clinic death. How you say? This experience when men die but come again.
Clinic death.
Yes. And he said that I was in hell. I was in hell with my subtle body. He cannot explain, but he said that he was in hell. He has this experience. I see the hell, and this is why he was asking again and again and again. And my Maharaj said that I feel that he is saying the truth, because I feel the atmosphere of hell from his experience, from his words. But the main thing that he said, that he preached to him, and this man started to come to the temple, started to practice, but after a few weeks he disappeared again. So the conclusion my Maharaj made that even the experience of hell, even if you don't theoretically understand, but if you feel the hell, it won't be a motivation for you, enough motivation for you to come to God, because you must have positive motivation, because only negative motivation can help to start. If you suffer something, you can start, but it's not enough. So this is a real story from. Yes, Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Iskon Gurvinda ki,
Jai.
Prabhupada ki,
Jai.
Chaitanya Das Prabhu ki,
Jai.
Gaur Premanandi.
Hari Hari Bol. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki Jai. Srila Prabhupada ki